Hello! It is Lila again. I've obviously not been very diligent in updating my vlog, as I promised I would, but slowly but surely I'll get into this. It's weird because my camera creates a QuickTime file, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to get it into a different format. It's just something I have to figure out. I have software to do it, but it's just one other pain in the ass to give me an excuse not to do this on a regular basis. But anyway, I went to dinner tonight with my grandfather, and we went to Miami's Best Pizza, which is a favorite among my friends and family. And somewhere along the way throughout the conversation, I don't even know how it came up. Seems like that keeps happening a lot lately in my life. But somewhere in the conversation we started talking about gender, which is strange, because I don't normally discuss that, especially with family. But anyway, I basically told him how I've been feeling for, most recently over the past couple of years, but obviously my whole life. And he pretty much agreed, yeah, I've always been a tomboy. He confessed that he thought I was gay. I figured he thought that, and his way of saying that I'm gay, or that he thought I was gay, is he goes like this. He's like, are you... And I told him no. I told him that I like men, but I did tell him about sort of the gender confusion that I've always experienced, which has become increasingly more difficult to deal with lately. And somewhere in the conversation as well, I just kind of threw out, that I've been contemplating transitioning. And he took it really, really well. I figured my grandfather would take it really well. Out of my family members, he's probably the most liberal. He's told me in the past that he likes women's underwear and has purchased and worn women's underwear. So I joked that I got this funny gene or whatever from him. And I said, would you disown me if I were to do it? And he said, well, considering the circumstances, no, I'd probably put on my pink panties and do a little dance. Which was hysterical. My grandfather is hilarious. But it was interesting that he also said the biggest thing that I should focus on is losing weight to see how that makes me feel. And it's weird because that's kind of the conclusion that I had come up with all my friends as well as my therapist, that the biggest thing I need to do for myself prior to thinking about transitioning is focusing on losing my weight to see where that puts me emotionally, physically, etc. It's just interesting that he said that. And he did say that I have to do what makes me happy, which was great to hear. At least I know that if I decide this is really important that I do something like this, I do have an ally in my family. He acknowledged that I would be the same person, just looking a little bit different. He didn't seem to understand really why I would want to do it, but he did say there's all kinds of people that have gender confusion and things like that. My grandfather is far more understanding and educated than my grandmother and my mother. But it was just a really good conversation. It was, lighthearted and went really, really well. So it was kind of some sweat off my back. And it's interesting because that's not the first conversation I've had with someone lately where it's gone really, really well. I started tutoring a couple of weeks back once I lost my job as a financial advisor. I'm picking up some tutoring jobs with a company that I used to work for. And the first family that they assigned me to is decidedly very queer. It's a lesbian couple that I'm tutoring one of the woman's daughters for, and it's just interesting that that happened. And I had an entire conversation with them about gender the other night, and it's weird because I was not the one to bring it up, but it's like I just give off this vibe lately that I have something heavy on my shoulders and on my chest, and that I don't know, like I need to process it with others. And I must have like a rubber stamp on my forehead or something. But anyway, in addition to having gone to a Yes Institute barbecue about a week ago that went really, really well and made me realize that I do have a support network if I decide to do this. I'm really not sure where I'm at, but it's liberating when you talk to other people and they not only understand that gender is not binary, but they also are supportive of you making the decision that you need to make, whatever that decision is. And anyway, I guess it was just surprising to get that from my grandfather.